and then the regular academic education, both.
Both.
So there, for 10th grade, they can write the examination right away.
Right.
They need not go through 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay. They do better probably, right? Because they have
but still we don't allow them to miss any of the content. So all the content is given to them.
Fantastic.
And then after then they can go directly to the graduation examination.
Excellent. That's really fantastic. Vishwa sir, did you have any questions? I know you had. Are you here?
Yeah.
You had a couple, or you can. Please, I think you can ask him directly, right? He's, go ahead.
He's so much into it. Has he done comparative studies with other?
I think you heard her. Have you done comparative studies with other religions, other faiths? That's her question.
Yeah, now we started just teaching them some portions from other scriptures as well to our students, like from Bible, from Quran also.
Oh, and how do you pick what to present? You have read it, obviously.
Otherwise, how can
Yeah. And you liked parts of it that are... Great question, actually. This is my goodness. I would love to learn.
Actually, there are many conversions taking place.
Yeah.
Not exactly knowing
What
the content of
Yeah.
that particular scripture. So, how the script talks about a few issues like respecting women, respecting the individual existence. So these things described in a different way there in the scripture, and the practice is something different. So where there are differences, they are taught to the children to understand what exactly it is.
Oh, it's for that purpose that that's
for them to have an understanding, exposure.
Because I'm sure there are things that are as beautiful in every scripture, probably. Right?
Yes, there are good things everywhere. And there are something which probably is not healthy to the society also in some places. So that is where people have to have a kind of clarity. And with regard to other schools of thought, it's already taught as a part of their regular curriculum itself.
Okay.
Like what the Buddhism says, or the Jainism says, or the Samkhya, or what the Mimamsa says, or what the logicians say, or the grammarians say. All these things are already there. In the syllabus itself, it is taught. So what we call the Vedanta.
So those are all probably, are they very different if they have emerged from Bharat soil?
Yes.
They are. They are.
Yes.
Even if you look at maybe the...
Each one is a different school of thought.
But what about like Advaita, Vishishta Advaita?
They are also different schools of thought.
Okay, so, but they each, any of them you would say is not negative in any way?
It's a kind of evolution.
Evolution, I see. The time, everything.
Yes.
Oh, so it started
Depends
with
upon
and
the local people's attitudes, requirements, need of the hour. So many things take place to come with a school of thought, because by that time probably they thought that's very important. So they came up with that idea, and then it developed as a concept. So that's how it was started.
For example, like Buddhism.
See, like Buddhism,
Yeah.
when there was Veda was in bad use by the people of the locals, like you want to do this, if you want to do this, if you want this, you can do this, if you want this, you can do this. So rather than achieving good things and controlling desires, it's increasing the desires, and then people are allured with things. Then Buddha thought probably should be curbed.
Okay.
But it's not possible just simply by saying. So he totally rooted out. But he introduced in a different way otherwise. So he wanted the Buddham Saranam Gacchami. That means take the advice of wise always. And Dharmam Saranam Gacchami, stop all the Vedas, Vedic practices, ritual stuff, But Dharmam Saranam Gacchami, Dharmam is again practice only. And Sangham Saranam Gacchami, you need the society around. Though he said everything is illusion, but he wanted them to be sticking on to. So that means he did not really rooted out things, but he changed the cup.
And what is that need of the hour today that you are trying to bring forth?
It's many things.
Of course, yes.
Many things like, as you said, people are confining themselves only at a point, at a level. Like, what if you earn money and just live comfort, that's enough. Not more than that. That's how people are thinking, which is not really right. And people look at others in terms of only commercial benefit. Like, how much you give to me, how much I should give to you. And there the whole thing is ended, which is really not right. So kind of bondage is very much required. So for having the bondage, then again you need to have, where and how you have to take it. So the values, again, we have to introduce. So they are in need. And when we talk about the culture, what we have today in terms of science, it is always in use by our people, but in a different way with no side effects. Today we have it with more side effects and no efficacy is there. So then we had that efficacy too with those practices our people had. So how they were then in our scriptures. So there's also to be known. And that's how they had to value them. See, when the rigidity was too strong, and when the casteism was very, very strong in practice, then Ramanuja came out and said, everybody is, respected, everybody entered, allowed to the temple, everybody can chant the mantra. That was a great revolution. So you need to understand in that sense. Even today, the great politicians speak about many things, but they never follow the equality. They never respect them. They never give a status to those people.
Right. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Ishwar sir, you had a question, I remember.
Yeah. So a lot of people they ask about the prajna in Australia. You were talking about